Good morning. I swear to God, I fucking woke up early and I'm still running behind. I don't even know how that fucking happened. I literally set like an early alarm. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be early. I'm gonna prep, and then it was like 10:58, and I was like, oh shit, I haven't set up for stream yet. Fuck. Morning, yeah, I woke up like 9:45 p.m. So like an hour-ish ago. A bit over an hour ago. So it's good morning for me. Yeah. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing good. Let's see. Who took my first today? First was taken by Jeremy. Oh my god, Jeremy snagging the first again. Let's fucking go. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for taking my first. It makes me very, very happy that you could be my first today. And then let's see who we got for Daily Pillows. We've got Cola. We've got Alex, got Thesaurus, Jeremy, Lazy, Time Bomb, Rockadon, Allie, Tremor, Daisy, Ren, and Leonix, Phi, and Nate, and Brett. Welcome in. Oh my gosh, there's so many of you guys today. Welcome in. Let's see who we got for the queue so far for the tarot readings. So we're starting off with Got Thesaurus, who wants a love reading. How many slots? 10 or 15? There's 13. There's 13 slots. There's a love reading for Got Thesaurus. There's a love reading for Alex. There's a love reading for Lazy. There's a love or gender reading for Allie. There's a general reading for Ren. A productivity reading for Brad. A general reading for Tremor. General reading for Daisy. Love reading for Leonix. A general reading for Nate. And I think that's who we got so far for the queue. Yeah, so much love tonight. Everybody's like, how's my love life looking? Please. And honestly, I don't blame you guys. I don't blame you guys at all. 100%. I get it. Hey there, what's up? Hi, Sans. Welcome in. How are you? Alright, well, let's go ahead and we'll start with Got Thesauruses. I gotta scooch my coffee out the way a little bit. There we go. We'll start with Got Thesauruses love reading, and we'll go from there. So, how have you guys been? Did you have a good day today? Have you been chilling, hopefully? Oh my gosh, Tremor! Thank you so much for the gift sub to Daisy Blaze. Thank you. I just woke up and immediately saw Darius streaming. Oh my gosh, I also just woke up and I also just saw myself streaming. What a coincidence. It's very, very coincidental. Oh my gosh, are we on the same sleep schedule? Oh my god. Tremor, thank you for the gift sub to Got Thesaurus as well. Thank you. Oh, well then, Got Thesaurus, since you're subbed now, do you want an oracle card with your reading too? Woohoo, thanks, yeah. Lots of love already. Oh. Honestly, among love life wise, I think I kind of just gave up on that, and it's been doing my own that, and I also oh my god, stop fucking scrolling, Jesus. And I gave up on that and just been doing stuff on my own, and I also realized that having alone time to myself is a lot better and doing more time for hanging with friends and doing stuff I want. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's good to spend some time with yourself. God, that reminds me though, oh my god. So I posted on YouTube Shorts, I posted one of my clips of me talking, it's like the Gen Z self-care clip, where I talk about how you gotta like wine and dine yourself, you know? You gotta like take yourself out on the first date. That was the clip, right? Some people really just like go full force on like the self-depreciation like on main, dude. It's crazy. One of the comments I got on it was like, I would never stoop so low as to date myself. Like, what? They're like, I would never date me. It's like, you hate yourself that much. Like, and then you're just gonna come out here on a random stranger using an anime profile to tell them how much you hate yourself. I was like, damn, bro. Also, oh my god, Trevor, what the hell are you still doing? Thank you, Trevor, for the gift sub to Alex and to Lazy. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I was like, you can always change yourself to be somebody you'd want to date, you know? It's just wild. Like, how are you gonna say that out loud so like with such loud volume that you hate yourself that much? Like, damn, bro. What is a tarot? Oh my gosh, hi Dino. Hey, you know what a tarot is. You were here for the Persona stream. Oh my god, Tremor. Are you just going through and making sure everybody who's got a reading today has a sub too or something? Thank you very, very much, Tremor. I hope you have a really wonderful day. Thank you, thank you. Today was a good day. I got a haircut. Oh, dude, that's always the best. That's so refreshing. That's an old clip. Yeah, I hadn't posted onto YouTube. Was I here for that? Yeah. Yeah, because I remember you were here for that because I did the D's nuts joke on you. I did sock on. Do you remember Golden Dino? I did sock on you and you fell for it. Like an idiot. Also, hi Virgil. Welcome in. And Fred. Hi. I see you both on the YouTube side. I'm looking schmexy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, fresh cuts are always the best. Especially when they do like that head massage thing on you when they're like shampooing your hair. I literally pay extra for that shit. I love that shit so much. Alright, let's see what we got for you, Gothosaurus, for your love reading. Oh my god. Tremor, you're still going? Tremor, thank you so much for the gift sub to Kitsune. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Alrighty. Are all the tarot slots taken? Let me see. I think they are, but let me double check. Yeah, they are currently all taken, but as we go through, some people tend to disappear when we get to their turn, and then we usually raffle off the people who've disappeared their slots to somebody in chat. So we'll see. But for now, they are currently taken. Yeah, salon haircuts are like a little mini treat, but for me it always ends up a little too short because my hair poofs and waves when it dries. Yeah, you have to like remind them that your hair isn't fully straight whenever they cut it, and it'll shrink when it dries. I've definitely had that happen too, where a few of them forget that like wet hair makes it look longer than it actually is. And I have thick hair too, so it gets very poofy. All right, let's put these up on the screen, starting with... Takes maybe a month for it to grow out a bit more and be the slay I was meant to be. Oh, my hair grows kind of fast. So it takes like maybe like a week or two for it to hit the levels it was supposed to be. There we go. And then the third a card. Yeah, my hair also grows pretty fast and wild. My hair was so thick growing up that anytime I got a haircut, they always had to thin it out, dude. They always had to pull out the fucking thinning shears and like take out chunks of my hair to make it a little bit thinner. It was crazy. Also, hi Azuki, welcome in. How are you? Okay, we got all the cards for you. Got the Saurus for your love reading. So starting with, in order of left to right, we have the 9 of coins, we have the 3 of cups, and we have the 10 of cups. Oh, I gotta grab your oracle card too. Let's grab your oracle card as well. That's what they did to me too, yeah. Yeah, they always had to thin out my hair when I was little because my hair was like insanely thick. There was one point where my hair was so long too that it went all the way down to like my knees, and then I went and I got it cut to like the height of like my chin, and the weight difference on my head was so drastic that when I stood up from the salon chair, I like almost passed out. Cause it's like weird having such like a difference in weight on your head like all at once. I had a lot of hair as a kid. And I said never again. I kept it short ever since then. I said fuck all of that. My hair, if I let it be and swipe it back, I could legit do Virgil's hairstyle. Virgil from the Devil May Cry series. Wow. Featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Wow. Ooh, okay. That's a sweet card. I like that card for you. All right. So we'll go ahead and we'll start breaking down this reading for you, Gothosaurus, starting with the 9 of coins, right? So the 9 of coins is, whoa, sorry, I accidentally hit the wrong thing. You hear what stream I'm listening to? Whoopsie. Oh, I didn't jump scare anybody. That jump scared me a little bit though. All right. When you accidentally unmute a tab. So we've got the 9 of coins. The 9 of coins is a card of the solitary enjoyment of the good things in life. It's doing things that interest you and sort of spending that time for yourself, right? It's taking care of yourself, avoiding burnout in a lot of senses, because in reverse, this is a card of like spreading yourself too thin, wearing yourself out. But in its upright position, like it is here, it's very much a card of like taking care of yourself, doing things at your own pace, where your own interests lie, you know? So that's kind of how we start off right off the bat. Is it feels very much like a card of like doing your own thing and liking it, right? And having a good time. You're just chilling. You're chilling. And then we follow that up with the 3 of Cups. And the 3 of Cups is a card of, there's a lot of different directions you can go in. But there's no need to stress about which path you should take, right? There's a lot of different options for you. But none of them are really bad options. It's just a matter of personal preference. And I feel like that's sort of the key here is like pick any option and success will follow. So don't stress too much about which way you should go, but rather just kind of like enjoy the journey as you go there. And it'll work out. It'll all be fine. And then finally that brings us to the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is a card of daydreams. It's fantasies, happy fantasies, and it's also like a card of what you want to happen sort of coming to fruition in that sense, especially in terms of emotions, so like romance and things like that. This feels very much to me like a hopeless romantic daydream maybe starting to come true in that kind of sense. So maybe this is the feeling for you that you're starting to get like those like movie moments where you're feeling like you are the main character of a romance movie or something. It's very much giving those types of vibes. But we have your Oracle card, which is Oak Tree, which is a card of power and courage and strength. So to me, it feels very much like it's sort of reiterating to you, like reassuring you that as you are right now, you are more than enough. You're doing wonderfully, just taking care of yourself. And while you don't need a relationship, it feels like maybe there are a lot of chances for you to get those special moments for yourself that you're hoping for, especially with relationships with other people. But it's sort of like a reminder, though, that as much as you may want a relationship, it's not necessary for your happiness, because you're already doing so well on your own. And just taking care of and enjoying the things that matter most to you will always be more rewarding than trying to force yourself to be in a relationship that maybe you don't necessarily need to be in at this moment, you know? Because nobody necessarily needs to be in a relationship. But it feels like it's sort of like a reassurance, like you're already kind of having a good time. And it's okay to stand alone and be strong on your own for now and still have those occasional moments, you know? Especially with winter, I feel like everybody wants a partner more in winter because it's cold. You need somebody to cuddle. But once it's summertime, you know. But I hope that helps. Fingers crossed. It feels like you're on a good path for yourself, though, Got the Source. It feels like you're really taking the time for yourself, and indulging yourself a little bit more, which is good. I think that's really good. Next up, we've got Alex, who wants a love reading. So let's see what we got for you. I feel like you get like the same reading every week, Alex. Like you ask for the same thing and you get like very similar cards every week. What? No. Yes. Maybe the cards are telling you the same thing every time because you're not listening to the cards. Well, let's see. Let's see what we got. I swear to God, we got this card for you last week, too. Okay. And then let's grab your Oracle card. Dare, you should swear. I swear all the time. I'm more regular in the love readings, that's why. Yeah, I know. We love our love readings. Yeah. They're fun to do. I do like them. Let's see what we got for you. The cards are how many times must I teach you this lesson, old man? Yeah. What are you gonna listen to the cards? They keep saying the same thing to you and it just goes in one ear and out the other. It's tragic. I really want the tower because I have a funny... Well, you didn't get the tower, so unfortunate. Or perhaps fortunate. I guess it depends on who you ask. But for you, it's unfortunate because you wanted it. Alright, let's go ahead and put these up on the screen for you. Starting with... There we go. There we go. Alrighty. We got all the cards for you, Alex, for your love reading. So in order of left to right, we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Reverse Fool, and we have the Five of Swords. And then for your Oracle card, we have leaves, like the leaves on a plant. So let's go ahead and start breaking this down for you, starting with the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of freedom. It's a card of adaptability. Anything is possible. If you dream it, you can do it. But I think the key thing here to focus on is the fact that it's freedom, right? You're not tied down by anything right now. You don't have any specific way you need to be or any specific direction you necessarily need to go. You can kind of go anywhere, right? It's telling me to leave the love readings. Yeah. It's telling you need to pick a different thing next week. Also, hi, Firehawk. So immediately right off the bat, we're talking about freedom. There's nothing tying you down. You're not in a relationship at the moment. But that's kind of the appeal, is the fact that you're not being tied down right now. What's the queue looking like? Do we have a mod who can post the queue in chat? Pretty please. But yeah. So we start off with that. But we also immediately follow it up with the reverse Fool. And while the Fool is somebody who's at like the start of their journey, they're maybe they're young and they're a little naive, but they're ready to learn more about the world. Freedom again, a life without worry, a happy lack of responsibilities. In its reverse state, it sort of takes some of those characteristics and amplifies them a little too much, to the point where it becomes thoughtlessness, it becomes recklessness, and maybe some foolish choices. It's not taking the time to properly stop and think about your actions before you really take hold of them. And that can be, I think, a bit off-putting to people, especially romantically, that some of your words may be a bit too harsh, or your actions may be a bit too blunt. Whatever the case might be, the cards are kind of telling you, like, yes, you have the freedom, but not everybody has those same freedoms, and sometimes it can be very overwhelming. And sometimes it can come off a little bit callous. And then speaking of callous, we have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is a card of, it's protecting yourself, but at the expense of everybody around you, right? It's the sense of recklessness that's leading to your own defeat, but also keeping others at a distance. You can see here the stinging nettle plant, right? So it anybody or anything that touches it gets stung and it hurts, but it does it to protect itself. That's why it creates the needles, is to keep itself safe. And for some things it does work, but in terms of love, this is not something you want. You don't want the stinging nettle to keep other people away from you when you're trying to find love, So very much it's like this sense of like, you're not tied down by anything. I can do whatever I want. I can be whoever I want. And like to a certain extent, yes. But it feels like maybe you take it a bit too far to the point of recklessness, and that ends up pushing other people away, especially in terms of love. And then we follow it up with your oracle card, which is Leaves, which is a card of renewal, revival, and progress, right? The leaves are what do a lot of the work in helping a plant grow, right? The leaves are what take in the most surface area of sunlight for photosynthesis. The leaves are how the plant breathes more easier through like the stoma and stuff like that. The dew taking in everything around it, it is mostly done through the leaves. So any growth, any progress you're making is done through the leaves. And it feels very much like the cards are like, you gotta look at your leaves. You gotta look at your own sense of progress. What are you doing to help yourself grow and improve? Or are you trimming back your leaves? Or are you hiding your leaves from the sun? Your arms. I mean, this is not like a direct correlation to like body parts. It's more of like a metaphorical thing. But yeah, I guess it'd be like your arms. If anything, it'd be more like the closest thing we have to leaves with the human body would probably just be our skin as a whole. because our skin is what helps take in the moisture, and then the vitamin D breakdown from the sunlight and protecting us, and then stuff like that. Yeah. Speaking of leaves, it's cold as hell outside. True. Yeah. So I mean, if you are gonna equate the leaves of a plant to any part of the human body, it would probably have to be the whole human skin. That's probably the closest thing we've got. Isn't that interesting? It's not the D. No. Back that emote away from me. It's getting dangerously close to my screen. But yeah, I mean, hopefully that gives you just something to think about. Just because you're free doesn't mean that you can be, I think, reckless in your actions around other people, you know? It is something where you have to take care. But yeah, I hope that helps, Alex. Fingers crossed for your love reading. Okie dokie. Next up, we've got Lazy's next. Yay! And Lazy wants a love reading as well. Next week it's gonna say the same thing. No, Alex, you're not allowed to get a love reading next week. You gotta get something else next week if you're gonna get a tarot reading. I'm gonna make you change it if you get a love reading again next week. We gotta break the cycle. Alright, let's see what we got for you, Lazy. Also, thank you, Leonix, for the cue. Yep, currently reading for Lazy. Up next will be Allie, then Ren, then Bread, then Trummer, then Daisy, then Leonix, and then Nate. Yeah, you gotta break out the time loop. You gotta free yourself. Oh my god, it's just like Madoka Magica. I'm a regular when it comes to love readings. I feel you. I feel like yours are at least a little bit different each time, though. Alex's readings, I don't know how, but they are like some of the most consistent ass fucking readings. They are always so consistent to a T. I feel like half the time I don't even need the cards. Alright, let's see what we got for you. Dari's cards are in tune with the heart of the readers, and Dari's in tune with the heart of the cards. Yeah, it's like a true episode from fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! I gotta message somebody. Hold on. I gotta double check something. Kind of like that one Egyptian guy. You mean Yugi? From Yu-Gi-Oh? That one Egyptian guy is not how I expected Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh to be referenced. There we go. Okay. Had to make a little note about something before I forgot. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's crazy. I think that's the first time I've ever heard fucking Yugi referred to as that one Egyptian guy. I mean, I guess it's an accurate descriptor. I mean, I knew who you were talking about, so I guess it was an accurate descriptor of the guy. I just never really thought about him that way, you know? Alright, let's see what we got for you, Lazy, for your love reading. There we go. And now let's grab your oracle card. Ooh, I like that one for you. I like that one a lot for you. All right. We got all of the cards for you, Lazy. So let's put them up on the screen. Starting with... Here it is. There we go. And then following that up with... There we go. And then the third card is... There we go. Alrighty, we got all of the cards for you, Lazy. For your love reading, in order of left to right, we have the reverse page of coins, we have the 3 of coins, and we have the page of wands. And then for your oracle card, we have moss agate, which is a type of stone. It's a rock, but it's a very pretty rock. So we'll go ahead and start breaking this down for you, starting with the reverse page of coins. So the page of coins is normally somebody who's youthful, who's innocent, who kind of has like a very simple childlike innocence to them. In its reverse though, it's kind of somebody who is... Maybe it's difficult for them to listen to reason. They can be a bit childish in the sense of like listening to other people. Is kind of like what the reverse page of coins is somebody who maybe won't really listen to reason when they should. We do follow it up though with the 3 of coins. And the 3 of coins is a card about working on yourself, refining yourself. It's honing a craft or honing a skill. It's mastering something and then using that to increase your own abilities, right? Because you can see here we have the saffron crocus, and saffron is the most expensive spice in the world, like by far. Like this shit's like worth its weight in gold. It's something that takes a lot of time and effort and energy, but it's also something that pays off supremely in the long term, right? It's worth its weight in gold, right? This idea of working on yourself and honing your skills and developing yourself and growing. And then we follow that up as well with the page of wands. And the page of wands is somebody who is at the start of their journey, right? Very much it feels like maybe you don't have a lot of experience, but that's okay because you're ready to learn. You're ready to open yourself up about a lot of things. And maybe you feel like right now there's definitely some stuff you can work on. Maybe you feel like you have a hard time fully taking the time to stop and listen to what other people are saying. This is the perfect time to work on that, right? I think it can be very easy to, when you're in a conversation with other people, only be thinking about what you want to say in response to them rather than what they're saying. I think it can be very easy to get caught up in that idea of like, I need to start prepping what I'm going to say to them once it's my turn kind of thing. But it is a matter of like, sometimes you have to really stop and just genuinely listen to what the other person is saying. What is it that they are trying to convey to you? What emotions are they feeling? What are they trying to do? How are they trying to improve things, right? I think sort of taking a step back from I need to get my response in and instead thinking about actually genuinely listening to what they're saying can help immensely in improving pretty much any relationship, not even just like romantic, but just like friendships and like coworkers and stuff like that. Understanding that everybody is always trying to communicate something, and it can be very easy to dismiss it. But I think if you stop and listen a bit more, you'll find that that'll help you grow, especially in terms of like romance. Because I mean, romance is hugely communication based, massively communication based. So if you're looking for love, then the best thing to do is to refine your ability to listen, right? And then that brings us to your oracle card, which is Moss Agate, which is positivity and change. It's growth. It's really wonderful things. I feel like this is a very positive card for you. It shows that you are willing to listen. You are willing to grow. You are willing to change. You are willing to become a better person. It feels like maybe you're trying to take those first steps to be a better person and a better potential partner for somebody else, you know? So this is a very encouraging card to me, because this is telling me like you are trying and you genuinely want to get better. And I feel like the first step to that is, like I said, to focus on genuinely stopping and listening to what people are saying and trying to think about what they are saying. Like, not just only the words that are coming out of their mouth, but also their feelings and their intentions, right? You gotta like it's a fucking lit paper for your English class. You gotta dissect that shit. Why are the curtains blue? Because the curtains are blue for a reason. If the author is specifically mentioning that the curtains are blue, there's probably some reason for that. Probably some actual genuine reason for that. Otherwise, the author would have just said the curtains, right? But they're saying the blue curtains. Why are they specifying blue? What does the blue mean, right? Everybody says the curtains were just fucking blue, but why did the author choose to highlight that, right? And you can take that in the same thing. Why is this person choosing to highlight this specific thing, right? Why are they specifying these specific things in their conversation? What is it actually conveying, right? But I feel like that's the key thing here, is what are the people around you trying to convey? Even if they're not necessarily saying it out loud, what are they trying to convey? And I think if you can grasp that, it will help you immensely, especially in terms of romance. But you got this. I feel like you are on a really good path for yourself right now. It feels like you are actively trying to work on improving things and making everything better. And I think that's really wonderful, Lazy. I think you got this. I think you'll be able to do it. I got my fingers crossed for you. Alright, let me drink my coffee before it gets cold again. This reading helped put some insight. Yeah, I'm glad, Lazy. Yeah, I mean, overall, it was still a really positive reading, because it shows that you are open to like listening and learning and trying to improve yourself. And I think that's always very much the first step, you know? Maybe the question would have been better framed as, why did the author call attention to this detail instead of why the curtains blue? I mean, but that is the thing though, is like, and the blue could be a metaphor for something, or it could be a world building thing, or it could be something else. But if the author is specifically pointing out that the curtains are blue, rather than just simply saying the curtains, you know, out of any other detail they could have mentioned, it feels very particular. And sometimes the author won't come out and say it, in the same way that people won't always come out and say exactly what they're feeling. People won't always be perfectly descriptive about everything that's on their mind and how they're feeling, because sometimes they don't even know fully what they're feeling. But the best thing you can do is to try to break it down to fully understand their intentions. And with time and with practice, you get better at it, you know? Nobody's gonna be perfect at it if you don't ever convey your true emotions at any point. But I think taking the time to stop and interact with and understand what people are saying, even the things that they aren't necessarily saying out loud, will do wonders for any relationship, romantic or otherwise. I usually can't interpret metaphors in books. Oh, I love interpreting metaphors in books. But I think the trick to it is to, you gotta like treat it like a detective novel. You have to... You had to think like Sherlock Holmes in those instances. Also, hi, Spicy Palm, welcome in. But I think that is like sort of like the key thing, is because you're describing things, you're trying to think of what is the best way for me to convey this thing to the other person, right? It's very simple in its nature, which I think is why it trips up a lot of people, because like it's just describing the room, it's just describing a thing. But how you describe something, I think says a lot about your perception on that thing, you know? Like, for instance, if you say the cluttered room versus the lived in room, right? Cluttered gives like a sense of like everything is messy, everything is overwhelming. It's like maybe it's a little bit gross, you know, it feels like there's way too much. But maybe if you say like it's lived in, you're like, oh, okay, you know, clearly somebody's been here, but it's not giving the sense of like overwhelming, like ugh to it when you say it's cluttered in that sense. So I think even just recognizing how people will describe things can show how they're perceiving them, you know, in that sense. And I think that helps, I think, break down a lot of the metaphors and descriptions and things like books, but also just like with people too. How you describe things can affect and show your own perspective on it, you know? All right, next up is Allie. Allie, are you here? This coffee is so fucking bad. It tastes cheap. I know it's Walmart coffee, but goddamn does it taste like Walmart coffee. I try not to be bougie about my coffee, but oh, I can taste it. I can taste that Walmart aftertaste. All right, is Allie here or did Allie disappear? Allie. Oh, there you are. There you are. All right. You said love or gender? Which one do you want? Do you want love or do you want gender? Because those are two different readings. So which one would you prefer? Coffee is the one thing I will never be cheap about. Well, it's because I gave my roommate my card. I was like, hey, can you get some instant coffee from the grocery store? And he was like, yeah, no problem, right? And he comes back with a giant tub of Walmart, like the Great Value brand, like ground coffee. So it's not even instant coffee, it's ground coffee. And I go, hey man, where's the instant coffee? And and he goes, isn't that? I'm like, no, that's ground coffee. He's like, what's the difference? How do you not know the difference between instant coffee and ground coffee? Anyways, I explained it to him. I was like, instant coffee is basically freeze-dried, pre-made coffee. All you have to do is add water and it's instantly done, right? Versus ground coffee, where you have to actually steep it and brew it in order for it to become coffee. It's the literal coffee beans. Anyways, so, but I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste the giant fucking vat of ground coffee. So I'm drinking it. But I'm also like the only one in this house who drinks coffee. So I've been drinking it very slowly. It's basically been my only source of coffee for like a month and a half now. This fucking vat. I'm like halfway through the vat at least, but god damn. A lot of instant coffee, so gross. No, the one I had was actually pretty good. But also I like instant coffee specifically for like iced coffee. But I think there are some decent brands of instant coffee that do taste good and aren't like burnt or like off tasting. But also like the fact I can still taste the off taste in this Walmart coffee despite having sugar and milk in it, I feel just goes to show how cheap this coffee is. But yeah, ground coffee can be instant coffee if you aren't a coward. God, that reminds me. My other roommate, he was doing some baking one time. He was making these chocolate cupcakes. And he wanted me to try them because he was going to turn them into like edibles. So he wanted to make sure he got like the recipe right before he added, you know, the wheat or whatever. And so he lets me try one, and I eat like one, and there's like a weird like dirt sensation to eating it. I'm like, what the fuck did you put in this? Why does it feel like I'm low-key chewing dirt? And he was like, oh, I put in this and this and this and coffee. And I was kind of like blinking, like, coffee grounds? I was like, well, yeah, I heard if you put coffee in a chocolate, it makes the chocolate taste stronger. I'm like, yeah, instant coffee, not literal coffee grounds in the chocolate cupcake. Bro, how did they both make this mistake? This is why they're dating each other. This is why they're both dating each other. Neither of them knows the difference between instant coffee and ground coffee. I was like, no, it's instant coffee you put in. God. Same shit. Same shit. God. It's fine. I lived. I didn't die. How do people thought? I don't know. It's a special thing. I'm judging you for the Walmart why are you judging me? This wasn't a choice I made. This was, in fact, the opposite of the choice I made. I would not have bought this. And a gender reading? Okay, we can do a gender reading. Himbo house, yeah. Honestly, yeah, it is low-key kind of a himbo house. A little bit. We're all just thriving on the singular shared brain cell. Sometimes I like forget to turn off the fucking oven too whenever they're like baking. And I have to go in there and like turn off the oven myself. Judging myself for not liking coffee. That's fine. You don't have to like coffee. I'm not gonna hate anybody who doesn't like coffee. It's a personal taste preference. I like coffee and I like tea, but oh my god, it's so funny. My mom didn't even realize. My mom knew I liked tea because I drank a lot more tea in like high school and stuff than I did coffee. But now that I'm older, I drink more coffee than I do tea, but I drink both because I like both. They're different flavors, you know? They're different like profiles. They're good for different things. So I like both coffee and tea, but for some reason, my mom thought I only like tea. So she would like, for like birthday and like Christmas and stuff, she would buy me like really nice teas. I'm like, hell yeah, because I like tea. And then she was like, we were like texting and talking about something, and I mentioned I just like made myself some coffee. And I was drinking some coffee, and she was like, you drink coffee? Like in like this weird like accusatory tone, like I just told her like I just given birth to a secret child or something. I was like, yeah. She's like, I thought you liked tea. I'm like, I like both. My mom did not even react in that way when I told her I was bisexual, but she can't comprehend that I might like both coffee and tea. Like, oh, yeah, no, you can like any gender. That's fine. You can date guys and girls, but I draw the line at liking both coffee and tea. I'm so sorry I had to go. Please feel free to give my reading to someone else. Yeah, no problem, Daisy. Take care. Have a good night. What is this divergent? I know, dude. It was wild. It's like, this is where you draw the line. The fact that I like both coffee and tea. You found out so many different things about me. She's so scandalized. Yeah, she was. She was like, this whole time I could have been buying you coffee too? And I was like, I mean, yeah, I like the tea you sent me though. I like the tea you sent me. With the exception of one tea. She sent me a fucking banana bread tea because she forgot I'm allergic to bananas. I had to text her. I'm like, Mom, you know I'm allergic to bananas, right? I've been allergic to bananas like my whole life. And she's like, oh, lol. That's the only bad tea she's given me. I do like all the other teas she's given me though. was only bad because it would have killed me if I drank it. Not because the tea itself was like bad quality. My body just would have rejected the ingredients and therefore my air. Oh, but yes, if we have a mod up right here, if one of the mods wants to make note that Daisy's reading will be a raffle slot, thank you. I would appreciate it. Yeah. So now my mom, this was literally like the tail end of last year, was my mom finding out that I like both coffee and tea. That was a revelation for her. In the war between coffee and tea, there's no room for fence sitters, but I like both. They serve different purposes. You know, sometimes I'm in the mood for specifically coffee, and sometimes I'm in the mood for specifically tea. Especially like herbal infusions and like herbal teas and like fruit teas. I'm a huge fan of fruit teas. I love a good fruit tea. But sometimes I'm like, you know, I really want a black tea. I want a black tea with milk and sugar. But sometimes I'm like, you know, I really want coffee with milk and sugar. They hit different notes. They have different vibes, and that's why I like them both. You know? It's not fence sitting, it's me recognizing the beauty of both. Coffee and tea, it's just boiled grass and leaves. Well, I mean, the coffee is boiled beans. The tea would be boiled grass and leaves. Yeah, because it's coffee beans. They're like fruit. Little berries. Dirty bean water and hot leaf juice. My favorite. So delicious. Sounds like a fence sitter to me? Nah, it's me recognizing the beauty of both. And acknowledging both. Sometimes I get freaky, dude. I get hella freaky. I get nasty with it. I will get a dirty chai latte. That's a chai latte with coffee. So it's tea and it's coffee. Dude, that's how fucking sick in the head I am. You can't even comprehend. It's good though. It's so good. I don't know if you guys have ever had one. It hits the spot for both. Coffee is actually a seed of a fruit that's in the same family as cherries. Yeah. And you sick, twisted, dirty fuck. Is yummy. Have you never had a dirty chai latte? Dirty chai is my go-to cafe drink, dude. It's good. It hits all the spots. It's got like that wonderful spiced aroma from like the chai, but then it's got like the creaminess from the milk, but then it's also got like that sort of like deeper under flavor of the coffee, like the espresso sort of blending in the background. That's the good shit, dude. That's the good shit. I love that drink so much, especially in winter when it's cold outside. Oh, it's perfect, dude. I want one so bad. No, because I don't drink coffee. I mean, that's fine. If you don't drink coffee, that's chill too. But I do, so that's why I like it. I drink energy drinks. It makes the pre-workout to go fast as fuck. I can't drink energy drinks. I can't do it. Because too much caffeine just makes me sleepy. It doesn't give me energy. It just makes me tired. So if I drink an energy drink, which is like super high in caffeine, I will just go to bed. I will just go to sleep. Every time I have had an energy drink, I've just been like, okay, nap time now. And then I pass the fuck out for like 3 hours. But coffee and tea don't have that much caffeine in it, so I can still enjoy it and not immediately feel like I need to pass the fuck out. Sometimes though, when I have trouble sleeping, I will make myself a nice hot cup of coffee and that will help lull me to sleep. But it's mostly because it's warm. I feel like an arrow ace listening to people talk about relationships. I mean, that's fine. You're living your best life yourself, you know? Nothing wrong with that. Everybody's got their personal preferences. I'm not gonna shame anybody for not drinking coffee or not drinking tea. Do you have ADHD? Personally, I think I do. But when I mentioned it to my doctor, he asked me how I did in school, and I told him I did really well in school, and they told me that I couldn't possibly have ADHD because I did good in school. So that was the end of that conversation. Yeah. Personally, though, after everything I've heard, I do think genuinely that I have ADHD, but it didn't go anywhere when I brought it up to my doctor. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I think you have ADHD symptoms, but maybe it's really light. I don't know. I feel like my ADHD, it definitely manifests in different ways because I very much hyper-focus, for sure. Like, when I'm working on art, I will sit there for like 8 to 12 hours straight just working on art, and I will not eat, I will not sleep, I will not go to the bathroom. And then once I finish, then I'm like, oh, every alarm is going off in my body. I like stand up and like my vision goes black for a second. Yeah. So I hyper focus for sure. It's not good. And then I stand up and I realize it's been like 16 hours since I've eaten, and then I feel like nauseous and I don't have the energy to cook and like my arms are shaking. Anyways. So that's why I think I'm probably ADHD, because I don't choose to do that, but that is something that happens without me realizing. Okay, let's put these cards up on the screen for you. Oh, I need to grab your oracle card too. I also have the tism, but that balances it out. Seems you have a good handle on the ADHD. Do I? Better than some others I've met. Well, that's just because I have to live on my own. I have to learn to manage it at least somewhat, otherwise I would not be able to function in society. Oh. The tism, yeah. Because Harper does have ADHD, and I mentioned that I think I have ADHD to Harper, and they're like, you got something more than ADHD. That's what they said to me. I think implying that I have the tism. Like, you got something more than that. I don't know what you got, but you got something more than that. I'm like, okay. Alright. Sounds like you're good at concealing it, Leonix. Were you there? You were there for the fucking test, Leonix. You know my fucking test results. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away, close the door. Alright, then we got the next one, which is Indy, spill the fucking tea. What? So what tea? Why am I spilling tea? What'd I do? What did I do? And then there we go. And then the third card is there we go. Perfect. All right, we got all the cards for you, Allie, for your gender reading. So in order of left to right, we have the Knight of Coins. We have the reverse Four of Swords. And we have the Five of Cups. And then for your oracle card, we have Cauldron, like a witch's cauldron. what are Indy's test results? I gots to know. I think my RADS R test score, I got like I think it was like 125, I think, maybe. It was like 110, 120, something like that. It was over 100 though. And then for my like cat's Q, I think is the one where it's like how much you like basically conceal your traits. I got like 150 something. I got higher than everybody else that was taking the test. I do a lot of concealing. I do a lot of mimicking. And then the empathy one, I did get a high score on the empathy one. I'm very empathetic. Ooh. So I don't have any issues with empathy. But let's go ahead and... Yeah, masking king. Yeah, I think I had by far the highest score of everybody else on the masking test. Yeah, we had a boys' night in the Discord. We were all taking autism tests. All right. The masking. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and start breaking these down for you. Allie is starting with the Knight of Coins. So the Knight of Coins is the card of, it ain't much, but it's honest work, right? It is a card of honesty and simplicity and hard work, right? It's taking time, being patient, letting shit happen step by step, you know? This is the it ain't much, but it's honest work. This is you on estrogen. This is you on your slow and steady transition, you know? You're like a farmer just gently tending to their fields. We follow it up with the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords, specifically the Four of Swords reverse. The Four of Swords reverse is a card of like a breather. It's like a moment's rest before you have to go back into battle. Your fight is not done. You are still going. You are still making progress. But right now it feels like this is breathing room for you. This is a chance for you to catch your breath, for you to assess everything, to look everything over, make sure you got all the supplies you need before you go charging right back out onto the front lines. You know, very much a card of it is not done yet. Also, hi Sagram, welcome in. How are you? But it is very much, this is a card of like, your battle, you're still fighting this battle. You're still working through, pushing through to get to the end point, to get to your victory. But right now, it feels like you are in a spot where everything's not so intense, everything's not so tight. You can breathe, you can relax a little bit before you prepare for the next thing. And then we followed up with the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is a card of a break from dependency on other people and trusting that you yourself are enough. It is a card of recognition that you can handle things on your own. You can do things on your own, and you are enough, right? Even now, even though you feel like your fight is not finished, you are already, as you are now, already enough. Also, whose reading was this so I could edit the queue? This is Allie's reading, Allie DaCosta. So right off the bat, the cards are telling you like, yes, you feel very much like you are a slow and steady work in progress. But the cards are also telling you like, but you're also still good enough as you are. Like, yeah, you're on your journey to make yourself closer to your ideal self. But as you are right now, you're already doing better. You're already making large leaps in progress. You're already doing enough to recognize that even now, even if you stopped here, even if you decided to just pause everything right now, you would already be enough as you are. Everything from here is just slow and steady self-improvement to make the more idealized version of you, but it's not necessary in order for you to be you, you know? And I think that's something to just sort of keep in mind is like, you are making progress, you are making this journey, but it's not the end all be all to determine if you're legit or not, you know? You're you. You will always be you. Even if you didn't do all of this, you would still be you. And as it is, you are already enough. And the Five of Cups is also a card of like defending your own inner self, trusting that you can make yourself happy, you know? And then I feel like this is such a perfect card for you, your Oracle card, because your Oracle card is the cauldron, right? It's like the witch's brew. You're stirring up the cauldron, you're brewing up your potions, right? But this is a card of creation. It is a card of opportunity, but it is also a card of caring, right? You think of, you know, like cooking up a nice, careful soup in the cauldron, your gender soup. It takes a little bit of simmering in order to get any good soup, right? Because you have to let it simmer, so it reduces. And reducing a soup can take hours sometimes, which in cooking terms is a really ass fucking long time. But ultimately, it's worth it because it helps concentrate the flavors and it helps make everything come together into a very delicious, sumptuous, and rich soup. So maybe you feel like you need to reduce on the stove for a few more hours. That's fine. You're still already a delicious soup. You'll just be even more powerful and even more concentrated over time. Just, you know, you gotta also make sure that you stir the soup every now and then too, scraping the bottom to make sure nothing like gets stuck on the bottom and burns, because you don't want anything burnt in your soup. But very much the same thing, you know, very similar in that sense. Your gender is a soup and it is currently on the stove, and you could serve it now if you wanted to, and everybody would be delighted. They'd be like, this is a delicious soup. But you also know in your heart, you're like, if I simmer this for a few more hours, this would be the most bomb-ass soup I've ever made in my life. And so you're kind of at the point where you're sweating over the stove, you're stirring it with like the wooden spoon, you know, you're tasting it for seasoning. And right now you're like, I could serve it right now, but also I could let it simmer a little more. And it feels like it's just kind of telling you, it's reassuring you, your soup is delicious. Your soup being your gender. Your soup is delicious as is, but if you want to add more to it, you can. But even now, as it is already a wonderful and delightful soup. I think I burnt my soup. Oh no, you burnt your soup, your gender, in this analogy. You burnt your gender. But I hope that helps. Also, hi, Seth. Welcome in. And Vera, thank you for the kissy redeem. There you go. There's your kissy. A little bit of the char at the bottom line. It just adds flavor. It adds an extra flavor to it, you know. It's called char, not burnt. That's fine. Everybody likes a good bit of char. Adds a nice smokiness to the soup. Yeah, you're gonna have an amazing soup, Allie. Yeah, I kind of ran with the soup metaphor, but it works. Also, I'm putting ghost pepper sauce in it. Oh my gosh, my soup is a milkshake. Ooh, I do like milkshakes though. Milkshakes are very yummy. Alrighty. Next up is Ren. And Ren wants a general reading. I'm gonna drink more of my mediocre coffee. But yeah, I hope that helps, Allie. Gives you some reassurance. Your soup is delightful. Alright. Let's shuffle and see what we get for you, Ren. Just need a little hot sauce, dude. Everything's better with a little bit of hot sauce or chili flakes. Gender soup sounds like a weird bedroom thing. It could be. If you're not a coward, you can make it real. You could bring gender soup to life. I believe in you. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. There we go. Okay. Interesting, interesting. You're not having a good time right now, are you, Ren? This is screaming you're not having a good time right now to me. Well, let's see. Let's get the Oracle card. Yeah, for soups especially, I do love a good chili flake. Red pepper flakes. I'm eating with my hands, but appreciate the reading, Derek. Oh, maybe. No worries, no worries. Alright, we got all the cards for you. Let's go ahead and put these up on the screen for you, Ren. Yeah, the tarot cards are very much like you're not having a good time at the moment. Let's go ahead and put up, starting with... There we go. And then we follow that up with... There we go. And then we follow that up with... There we go. Alrighty. We got all of the cards for you, Ren, for your general reading. So in order of left to right, we have the Five of Wands, we have the Nine of Swords, and we have the Moon. And then for your Oracle card, we have Lavender. So we'll go ahead and start breaking this down for you, starting with the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of like impending battle. It's like competition. There's a fight. There is a fight coming. There's some stuff brewing. But this is a card that also tells you that fortune favors the bold, you know? There's a particular thing that's been brewing for a while, just sort of bubbled over recently. Yeah, this is a card that's telling you like things have been brewing for sure. For sure, some things have been brewing, and maybe it's time for you to take some action, to go charging into the fight, you know. And like I said, the Five of Wands is also a card of fortune favors the bold. Sometimes you have to boldly take action in order for things to happen, you know. But then we followed up with the Nine of Swords. And while the Nine of Swords is a card of shit fucking sucks, it is a shit fucking sucks mentally kind of card. Not necessarily physically, like the world is attacking you, but more it's like an internal attack. So there's a sense of like pain or illness or depression. It's suffering, it's grief, right? That is very much what the Nine of Swords is all about. It is a card of shit's tough in your mind kind of thing. It feels very much almost self-inflicted. I wouldn't, I don't know if self-inflicted is the word for it, but it's very much something that's happening internally rather than from external circumstances, you know? We followed it up with the Moon as well. And the Moon is a card of, well, not only a card of like imagination and creativity, it can also be a card of coldness. It can be a card of things shrouded in darkness and confusion, right? There's this sense of not everything is fully revealed right now. There's a lot of elements that maybe have not fully come to light, and maybe this is the time for you to rely on and trust your intuition in certain circumstances. But it feels very much like this thing has been brewing for a while, and maybe it's starting to take a toll on you. Like mentally, it's starting to take a bit of a toll on you. It's starting to push you closer to the edge because you feel like you don't fully understand everything that's been happening, and there's definitely some circumstances that have been kind of hidden in the shadows that haven't really fully come to light. And maybe you're either A, worried that they will come to light and you don't want that to happen, or B, you're scared of what will come to light. I guess is kind of what it feels like to me. But sometimes the best thing to do is to boldly take action and to be the one to make the first move. Sometimes it's the best way to take better control of a situation is to be the first one to make a move and to take those actions yourself before the situation takes control over you. Instead, you take control over the situation. And then that brings us to your oracle card, which is Lavender, which is a card of tranquility. It is a card of kindness, and it's also a card of self-care, right? This is a card of helping you unwind, helping you relax, helping you come to terms with what you can do for yourself, right? What is the best thing you can do for you? I'm not even sure what the first move should be. Well, it feels like the card's telling you, like, take a breather right now, right? Things are kind of happening all around you, but it feels like your oracle card is reminding you to ground yourself, and to relax, and also kind of to sleep, right? Because we have lavender. Lavender is notoriously known for being a sleep aid, right? Using the scent can help relax you. It can help you fall asleep much better. It feels very much like maybe this is something where you'll get ideas, or you'll be able to sort through your thoughts sort of like in your dreams, very much, especially with like both the moon and the lavender card here. It feels very much like this is something that's kind of contemplated over at night, maybe even subconsciously, for you to fully come to terms with and understand. But regardless, there is definitely something brewing. Like I said, this is definitely a reading of some shit is happening here. Some shit is absolutely happening here. And it's not something you can fully ignore. And it feels like maybe it's been eating at you a little bit, and maybe eating into your sleep a little bit. And so the card's like, you need to rest. You need to take a breather, you know. Yeah, so I think that's the best thing for you to do, is to not let it eat at you as much. Try and breathe, try to reassess, try to recenter yourself, try to ground yourself, and then go from there, you know? Don't let others take a hold of your perspective of the situation. It's up to you to determine how you're going to view things on your own, you know? But yeah, I hope that helps. Fingers crossed. Okie dokie. Next up. Is Tarot Tuesday a thing? It was a thing. I was busy though, because I was doing collabs with my friend Oka on Mondays and Tuesdays. We were playing Ace Attorney on her channel. So I moved my Tarot Tuesday to Tarot Thursday instead. But for the longest time it was in fact Tarot Tuesday. But Tarot Thursday just kind of stuck. Yeah, next up is Bread. And Bread says, will my tiredness catch on, or will I still be able to stay up until 3 and be productive the next day at 8 a.m.? Go to bed. Go to bed, Bread. Go to sleep. I don't need the cards to tell you that. Yeah, just go to sleep. There you go. The cards and my partner agree seems like a strong message for me. Yeah, sometimes you just need multiple perspectives on the same answer, you know? Time the girl sleep. Yeah. Let's see what we got for you, Brad. What's girl sleep? It's sleep but for girls. It's like girl bossing, but instead of bossing, you're sleeping. It's the same difference. But let's see what the cards have to say for you, Brad. Oh, there's girl boss, girl dinner. Yeah, girl sleep. It's like girl dinner instead of dinnering though, you're sleeping. True. Girl tired, girl sleep, girl piss. Go piss, girl. It's real. Alright, let's see what we got for you, Brad. And then we gotta grab your oracle card too, Brad. So just gender everything to receive a boost to girl power. Yeah, girl power is real, dude. Gotta boost that girl power. Yeah, this checks out for a bread reading. Alright, let's put these up on the screen for you, Brad. And I need it to girl nap. Yeah, girl nap. Alright, let's go ahead and start with... I just noticed all three of these are major arcana. Damn, bro. The cards really said you need to go the fuck to bed now or else. Yeah, there we go. There's all three of your cards. It's Anna. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you're doing good. But yeah. So we got all three of the cards for you, Brad, in order of left to right. We have the Sun, we have the Reverse Empress, and we have the Reverse Chariot. And then for your Oracle card, we have Earthworm. So right off the bat, all three of these are major arcana cards, which is the cards basically yelling at you in your face. The cards are like, hey, listen to me, please. Hello, so you recommended want to tune in to learn more about tarot? Yeah, welcome in, welcome in. The cards are currently roasting one of my mods and telling them to go to bed, so let's let's break down the reading a little more for my mod. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with the Sun, right? The Sun is a card of optimism. It is a card of light. It is a card of warmth. It is a card of life, right? Of making shit happen, having the world come to. It's happiness, simpleness, and contentment, right? We followed up though with the Reverse Empress card, right? The Empress is normally a card of like overflowing creativity and like wealth and making things happen and creation. In its reverse like this though, this is a card that can usually represent like loss or detachment or like instability, a sense of like a creative block. If you're feeling like creatively blocked or drained, this is very much the Empress, which feels a little bit like burnout or just like overall like you're stuck and you feel like you're not making much progress. And then again, we followed it up as well with the Reverse Chariot card. And while the Chariot is normally a card of triumph or success or victory, in its reverse, it's victory but at a cost. It is, yes, you succeeded, but was it really worth it to win, kind of thing? Which feels very apt here when you're talking about how you want to be productive. Should I stay up until 3 a.m. and be productive and then sleep and then wake up at 8 a.m. for like work? Like, yeah, sure, you could force yourself to be productive until 3 a.m. and then wake up the next day, but it's just not as effective. It's not as effective. Sure, you would get some stuff done, but ultimately it doesn't feel like the cost is worth it. It feels very much like the card's telling you like it's not worth it to stay up that late to try and force yourself to make progress on something and then not even wake up feeling well rested. You know, cards for resting people sounds very on brand. They do that sometimes. They do that sometimes. The cards are telling you, is it even worth it to force yourself to stay up and be productive right now? Can this wait till tomorrow for you to work on some more? Does it have to be tonight? You know? These are sort of calling in the questions for you. But also feels very much like you're trying to force yourself to work on something that you're not really feeling right now. You feel like you have to work on it, but you're not really feeling it. What you actually have to do. And it feels very much the case because of your oracle card, which is Earthworm, which is a card of clarity and is a card of rumination. Your head's feeling all muddled, your brain's all fogged, you're trying to work through it. Don't bother. Just go to bed. Get some clarity of mind with rest, and you'll come back at it tomorrow fully fresh, bushy-tailed, you know, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, all that good shit. You'll be able to make way more progress tomorrow than you ever would trying to force yourself to do it right now. Just go to bed. Go to bed, Brad. Good night. There you go. I feel like that's probably one of the clearest readings we could have gotten. The card's telling you just go to bed. Don't force yourself to be productive right now and then not even get that much sleep. Just get the sleep. Just get the sleep. That's fine. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna make it through. And you'll make way more progress tomorrow than you ever would trying to force yourself tonight. But yeah, I hope that helps, Brad. Fingers crossed. Now get plenty of rest. Sweet dreams. And now next up we've got... Next up is Tremor. And Tremor is getting a general reading. You're here, right, Tremor? Just making sure before I do your reading. You're here, right? And also, today is my birthday. I need to sing you the birthday song. I need to make sure you're here before I sing the birthday song. Tremor! Are you here, Tremor? Even in school, my friends would stay up studying, don't really fare better than me, who got full night's sleep because sleep makes brain go big strong. True. I might be here, I might be there. Oh my gosh. Tremor, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tremor Fireheart. Happy birthday to you. Yay! And Tremor wants a general reading for the upcoming year. Let's do it. And since it's your birthday, Tremor, I'll even throw in a free Yu-Gi-Oh card into your reading. How about that? As a special little birthday present. Let's see what we got for your general reading. We're doing the full spread for you. Beats the alternative. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay. Let's grab your oracle card. I can hope to live long enough to upload my consciousness into the AI Skynet. Why? That's terrifying, dude. I'd rather just fucking go out when I go out. I don't want a robot impersonate me through fucking digital version of my consciousness. I'd rather just, you know, only be known as a human. Even if my story's short-lived, at least it will have an ending. I don't want a never-ending story. That's scary. Alrighty, let's get your Yu-Gi-Oh card. Let's see what we got for you. Okay. We got the card for you. Also, hi, Vivi. Welcome in. How are you? Thanks for grabbing your daily pillow, Vivi. Alright, let's go ahead and put these up on the screen for you. Tremor, starting with... Yeah, nice and cozy, nice and relaxed. It's all chill. There we go. All right, we got the cards for you. So, Tremor, for your general reading for the year, in order of left to right, we have the Two of Coins, we have the reverse Seven of Coins, and we have the reverse King of Wands. And then for your Oracle card, we have Mushrooms. And then for your Yu-Gi-Oh card, we have Dark Zebra. So, let's go ahead and start breaking these down for you, starting with the Two of Coins. The Two of Coins is a card of balance despite change. Things will definitely be shifting. Things will definitely be changing this year for you. But it feels like you're trying to find a good place for yourself. It's doing your best to find what will work for you. But it's also a card of harmony, right? Just because things are different doesn't mean that they can't be good, which maybe it kind of sounds a little silly to say out loud, but sometimes I feel like you need the reminder that just because things are different doesn't mean that they're worse, you know? But this is also a card of like news coming in as well. There's definitely changes coming on the horizon, and with it, it's coming with a new lifestyle, new changes to everything else, you know? And then we followed up with the reverse Seven of Coins, which is an interesting one because the Seven of Coins is normally a card about forward motion and growth, but in its reverse, it's the sense of like impatience. It's a sense of sort of going through the motions. It's hard work, but without the satisfaction. You're moving forward, but you feel like you're not moving forward well enough. You feel like you're not moving forward fast enough, whatever the case might be. Oracle mushrooms and then dark zebra sounds like an exotic rotisserie. Oh my god, no. You can't eat dark zebra. He's protecting you. Which we'll get to in a second. We'll break that down in a second. But we have like the sense of like impatience, the sense of unsatisfaction, right? Or dissatisfaction is the proper word for that. You're feeling unsatisfied, dissatisfied. Is it unsatisfied or is it dissatisfied? Hold on. Unsatisfied or dissatisfied. Dissatisfied is most often used when referring to people, as in a teacher dissatisfied with students' progress, or he was dissatisfied with his job. Unsatisfied is used referred to non-human things, as in unsatisfied needs. Oh, so there is a difference between the two, and they do require different things. So if you're feeling if it's specifically about your life and about your forward progress, then that's a non-human thing. So unsatisfied, you're feeling unsatisfied. Okay, good to know. I'll have to make a little note of that. That there's technically a difference between the two of them. That's good to know, though. For the most part, they're very similar, though. But isn't that interesting? Both of those, unsatisfied and dissatisfied. Very interesting. Very interesting. Anyways, I got way off track with that. So there's a sense of like you're feeling very unsatisfied with how things are going right now and the direction that maybe you're heading. You feel like you're not going fast enough. You feel like you're not making enough progress. You feel like all the work you're putting in is not maybe putting out as much output as you were hoping for, whatever the case might be. And then that also sort of leads in and ties in with this reverse King of Wands, right? The King of Wands is normally a very passionate, very fiery sort of individual who is very, very ready to make shit happen and to make shit work, especially in terms of things that they are excited for, things that they have a lot of love and passion for. And it's reversed, though. It's somebody who has a lot of walls up. They've got a lot of stuff going on that they don't want anybody getting too close to. Very temperamental. There's this feeling of like maybe you're not fully in control of your emotions. Like I said, the Wands is very fiery, very passionate, very sort of like hot-tempered in some senses. Especially in its reverse, it kind of pushes it a little bit more to the max in that sense. This feeling of everything feels maybe a bit too overwhelming, everything feels a bit too much, and it's kind of driving you insane a little bit, is what it kind of feels like. That does bring us to your Oracle card, though, which is Mushroom, right? Which is recycling and breaking down problems. I think the best thing for you to do if you're feeling like you're not making enough progress, if you feel like you're not moving forward, and that's really frustrating to you, I think is to break down the problem into little bite-sized pieces and then come up with little bite-sized solutions, right? The mycelium network doesn't automatically break down and decompose matter immediately, right? It takes time, but it slowly but surely breaks things down, right? And then you have to recognize that maybe some problems you won't be able to work through and fix overnight. But if you take the time to really stop and think about how you want to do it, it'll make it significantly more manageable for you to create the environment for yourself that you want. Also, hi, Mita, welcome in. But it feels very much like, especially in terms of like, for instance, like a job. If you feel super dissatisfied with your progress in your job, right? Break it down, right? Is it specifically the job itself that you don't like? Do you just hate this line of work, right? Well, then maybe you should go into a different line of work. If it's specifically your boss, okay, well, can you go to a different boss? Can you get transferred somewhere else? Can you do a similar job somewhere else that you would like significantly better? If it's the hours, can you change your hours? Can you work from home? Are you commuting and you hate having to drive? Like, I think taking things apart and shifting them around and trying to look at it from more objective standpoints of these are the things I don't like. Okay, how can I fix them? I think will be significantly more helpful to you than just feeling in general upset that you aren't making the progress that you want out of a situation. And the best thing for you to do is, like I said, just sort of break it down bit by bit. What can I affect? What can I change? What can I do to make this even slightly more bearable, you know? And maybe in some instances it's fuck this job, get a different one, you know? Like, as crazy as it is, but maybe that is a solution. Maybe it's not the solution you end up going with, but it could be a potential solution depending on what's bugging you, on what's driving you to not feel this way, you know? Maybe you feel like you're not getting promoted fast enough. Well, I mean, you could decide, okay, well, let me go to my manager and ask them what I can do to get a focus for potential promotion, you know? What things would I need to work on in that sense? And I think having that sort of smaller step breakdown will make it a lot easier for you in the future in this sense. But also, let's look at your Yu-Gi-Oh card, because your Yu-Gi-Oh card is Dark Zebra. And Dark Zebra, if this card is the only card in your control during your standby phase, it is automatically placed in defense position. You cannot change the position of this card during the same turn. So very much this is a protection card. This is a card of like, sometimes you feel a bit like you're on the fence. You feel like you're on the ropes. You feel like you're down to your last hand, but ultimately what you're doing, you're trying to do to protect yourself. Even these emotions that maybe you don't feel like you have full control over, these feelings that you feel are maybe overwhelming you sometimes, they're all there for a reason. They're there because they want to help you. These feelings you have are to help yourself. And I think recognizing and understanding why you feel these feelings is a better way to understand what you can do to make those feelings go away if they're overwhelming you, you know? So when you feel angry, you know, understanding, okay, I'm feeling angry. Why do I feel angry? What is causing me to feel angry? It's because I want to protect myself. Why do I want to protect myself? What is making me feel like I need to protect myself? And kind of like slowly but surely breaking everything down into understandable pieces. Maybe it's, I feel angry because I'm mistreated at my job. I don't feel like a person when I work there. I feel like a cog in the machine, right? And so I get angry because I don't want to feel like a cog. I want to feel like a person. Okay, well, maybe I can go to a job where I will feel like a person, you know? And that'll make me feel better because I'll feel like an actual human being instead, right? Sort of addressing the core root of the problem, right? Or maybe you're feeling anxious because you feel like you're not making enough money to make ends meet, you know? So the anxiety is coming from like financial reasons. Okay, well, what can I do to give myself a sense of financial stability? Well, maybe I can come up with a savings plan to help make sure I have like a rainy day fund, that kind of stuff. Taking all of these things into account and understanding why your emotions are sort of flaring up this way, I think is the best way to help preserve yourself and protect yourself, right? You're kind of in defensive position right now, but you need to understand why if you want to change it, you know? In order to move Dark Zebra out of defense position needs to not be the only card on the field. So in order to move it into attack, you need to have another card down. And when you recognize that, then you go, oh, okay, well, let me just put another card down. Let me put down another monster. And then I'll be able to use it to its full extent, you know? But I hope that helps. It feels very much like sometimes you just have to stop and think about what the root of your issues are, why you feel the way you feel, and what you can actually actionably do to change. But no, you cannot eat the zebra. It is not a rotisserie. Please do not the zebra. But I hope that helps, Tremor. Fingers crossed. And happy birthday. Get more sleep, be more stable, and use my capabilities to full extent. Yes, everybody needs more sleep, for sure. I think that's the first step to any problem, is sleep on it. Sleep on it and look at it in the morning. 100%. Alrighty. Next up is Leonix. Hi, Leonix. And Leonix wants a romance reading. So let's see what we got for you, Leonix. Hi, Daria. Hi, Leonix. That sounded like my therapist for real talking about breaking down your emotions. You gotta. Sometimes your emotions are too big for you to swallow, and so you have to like stop and think about, you know, how you can tackle it. You don't eat a burger by swallowing it whole. You take little bite-sized bits in order to fully digest it, you know? Like, we're not like a snake. You can't just unhinge your jaw and just your whole problem. You gotta nibble at it. I don't know about you, but I definitely unhinge my jaw and horf down a burger. Okay, well you're one of the few exceptions then. Most people would choke on it. Not something I actively see when I eat, when I dine in at the fucking the McDonald's. As someone who's going through therapy got a little too real there. It'd be like that though. I feel like that's the thing though, is the cards aren't going to give you a straight, here is exactly every step that you need to do to avoid things. The cards are going to tell you, here's things to keep in mind so you can help do them yourself. Here's things for you to understand and to think about and for you to contemplate. So when these things come up, you can be kind of prepared emotionally for it when it happens, you know? But that's kind of the beauty of the tarot cards, is I think understanding that they're more of a tool for like a secondary sense of insight into things. It's like a secondary outside perspective of what's going on for you to think about on your end of how it could apply, you know? Yeah. I'm just trying to imagine, like, I'm like, I'm gonna go to Whataburger, and I'm gonna sit down, and I wanna get my limited time Monterey Melt that just came back on the menu that I got a fucking email for, and God, I want Monterey Melt so bad, but there's no Whataburgers near me anymore, because it's only a southern chain, and now I live in the north, and this is the fucking worst. I miss my Monterey Melt. Anyways. You go to Whataburger, you sit down, and you get your burger. And then you look and you see the person at the booth across from you is just unhinging their jaw and shoving the whole ass burger in their mouth. Yeah. God, that was the saddest fucking email. I think that's the saddest I've ever felt opening a fucking promotional email, was seeing, because the Monterey Melt from Whataburger was literally my favorite item on the menu. Absolutely was my favorite. They initially had it everywhere, and then they made it and this was back when I lived in Louisiana, right? And then they made it a Texas exclusive item, and I was devastated that they made it Texas exclusive. But then whenever I went to go visit my family in Texas, I would try and go Whataburger and get some Whataburger because I needed the Monterey Melt. But it's been like several years since I've had Whataburger, especially since I moved up here. They'd finally gotten one near me back when I lived in Louisiana. I was excited for it, but because it was Louisiana, they didn't have the Monterey Melt because, like I said, it's a Texas exclusive. So I just did my best with, other burgers. And now I get a fucking email like 2 days ago in my fucking email. The Monterey Melt is back for a limited time everywhere. And I'm like, it should have been me. It should have been me. Fucking why? Why? I miss my Monterey Melt meal with my Dr. Pepper and my spicy ketchup. It was so good. Whataburger, if you're listening to me, please. 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 I need Whataburger so fucking bad, dude. There's a thing called spicy ketchup. Yeah, Whataburger has both the classic fancy ketchup, which is like the normal ketchup you get anywhere, and then they have spicy ketchup, which is ketchup, but it's spicy. And their spicy ketchup is banger. I love their spicy ketchup with the fries. But yeah. Me buying it right now, I need it. Dude, it's good. It's solid. It's so good for fries, especially the Whataburger fries. The spicy ketchup with the Whataburger fries is just, mwah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Oh, God. But yeah, I was so fucking devastated when I opened that fucking Whataburger promotional email and I saw it. I was like, why? Why can't that be me? I deserve a Monterey Melt meal. Time for Derry to get popular so Whataburger exec can see him plead for the thing. Yeah. I will absolutely fucking plead. I would 100% do a fucking Whataburger promo. You can imagine it'd be like the McDonald's VTuber collabs or like the KFC VTuber collabs, but it's me and Whataburger. I draw the promo art for it, like the cardboard cutout standee of me in like the fucking Whataburger uniform with like the tray holding like the burger and the fries and the drink. I don't live in the US, I don't know the restaurant chain. It's Whataburger as in what a burger. But all one word, yeah. I only had Whataburger once when I traveled to Texas for a church convention. It was fine, I guess, but not something I want to always go to. It's nostalgic for me, for one, but also it can really fucking hit the spot. Whataburger is a 24-hour chain, so you go there at like 3 a.m. and you get a burger that is super cheap and is the size of your face and is loaded with grease, and it is just like a super greasy hug, but like a nice greasy hug. It's so good. It's there's nothing better at 3 a.m. I cannot think of a single thing better than Whataburger at 3 a.m. Everybody goes, oh, Taco Bell. No, dude, Whataburger is the 100% the midnight material. Time to make him blow up. The height of Darius' VTuber career, partnering with Whataburger. Think about it. Think about a cardboard cutout standee of Indie Dare at the Whataburger. Would that not be peak, dude? I would love that so much. That would actually be like super fucking insane. But like it's nostalgic for me in the same way that like In-N-Out is nostalgic for like a lot of other people. Whataburger is like nostalgic for me. Especially the Monterey Melt. When they brought the Monterey Melt and I had it for the first time, that shit like blew my fucking mind. I would order the exact same thing so often at that restaurant back in college that I knew exactly how much it costed with tax, and I would have exact change to buy the Monterey Melt meal with like a Dr. Pepper. And it was cheap. It was like literally like it was like $8 for like the whole meal with the drink and the fries and the burger that's like as big as your face. 100% worth it. That's why I loved them. Was I doing? Oh yeah, I was doing Leonix's romance reading before I got distracted thinking about Whataburger. Like, I will 100% become a Whataburger spokesperson. Who needs a reading when you can listen to Derek talk about Whataburger? I'm still gonna give you your reading. I just got a little distracted. The Monterey Melt meal, just thinking about it, is kind of making my mouth water a little bit. Cause the Monterey Melt, what makes it different from like the regular like patty melts and stuff is, first of all, they serve it on a bun instead of like actual Texas toast, which technically should just make it a burger and not actually a melt. But I digress. So you get the patties, and then they top it with like these like char grilled like onions and peppers, and they top it with like this like peppercorn like ranch like sauce. And it's so good. It's so fucking good. And it's fantastic. I can't think of a better burger. Genuinely. Genuinely. You put any burgers in front of me and that's one of them, that is 100% the burger I'm reaching for every single time. Let's see what we got for your work card. Okay. We got the cards for you, Leonix. So, let's put them up on the screen. Starting with... There we go. And then we've got... There we go. Alrighty, we've got all of the cards for you, Leonix, in order of left to right. We have the Two of Cups, we have the reverse Knight of Coins, and we have the reverse Strength card. And then for your Oracle card, we have Autumn, like the season. So, we'll go ahead and start breaking it down for you, starting with the Two of Cups, which for a love reading is a banger opening for a love reading. Because the Two of Cups is a card of like a mutual partnership. It's like a perfect symbiosis relationship. What you're giving is what they need, and what they're giving is what you need. Very much in that same vein. Hey, Derry, I'm gonna head off to bed. Good night. Yeah, good night, Sans. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. Sleep well. Yeah, so right off the bat, we start with like a relationship existing in perfect harmony, symbiosis, reciprocation, right? So it feels like maybe you've already kind of got your eye on somebody, and feels like it's working out. It feels like it's working out. They're given what you need, and you're given what they need. It's match made in heaven. Right off the bat, Two of Cups, fantastic. The card is roasting you a little bit though with the Knight of Coins reversed, because the Knight of Coins is like honest, hardworking individual. It ain't much, but it's honest work. And it's reversed though. It's like, well, maybe you could spice things up a little bit, because I know it's a little. This is a card of maybe you're a little bit boring. You're static, even natured. Maybe a little bit boring though. Maybe feeling a little bit stagnant in some senses. Feeling like you're not really moving forward in any direction. You're just kind of staying in the same place. You gotta step it up. You gotta kick it up. You need a little spice. You need a little pepper in your life, right? You need a little zing, right? Sometimes you gotta spice things up if you want things to happen. This is the card telling you you need to spice things up a little bit. And then we followed up with the reverse Strength card. And the reverse Strength card, well, Strength is normally a card that's like reassuring you, like that you have the ability to sort of get through anything. It's proof of character. Whatever life throws at you, you can handle. In its reverse, it's kind of warning you to be careful of somebody who will sort of trample over other people's feelings, who won't think about anybody other than themselves and will rush forward. I don't think this is necessarily you, though. I think it's kind of telling you, be careful of somebody who will do this to you. Be careful of somebody who will basically control the whole relationship to the point where it's only their feelings and their priorities and not yours, right? You don't kind of want to fall into that situation where you're kind of getting trampled over, right? That's what it feels like to me. I don't think this card is talking about you specifically. I think it's telling you to be careful to not get trampled by somebody else when you're looking for a relationship, right? Because I feel like you're very much the type of person where you would kind of let some people walk over you for the sake of making them happy. And the card's like, no. You gotta step up. You gotta be open. You gotta be more vocal. You cannot let them walk over you. You cannot let them take 100% control over the situation and just fucking trample you. You deserve a equal partner relationship. Like the Two of Cups, it's equal partnership, right? You have the Ghost Orchid, and I believe that is the Pond Apple. Yeah, Pond Apple. Ghost Orchid and the Pond Apple both co-evolved because the specific pollinator for the Ghost Orchid eats the Pond Apple. So it's very much like something where it's its own symbiotic ecosystem. You don't need somebody who's going to completely walk over you. You need somebody who's going to genuinely listen and take into account your own feelings as well. I feel like you're very much content that, like, oh, well, as long as they're happy, bitch, you need to be happy too. You need to be happy too. It's not just about them, it's also about you. This is a two-person relationship. And one of those people is you, right? Also, hi, Wand Herring. Welcome in. I mean, you mean, haha, me? Do something like that? Yeah, you need to step the fuck up, dude. You need to recognize that you are the other half of the relationship and therefore deserve, you know, a proper relationship. You deserve somebody who's going to treasure you as much as you're going to treasure them. Because I have no doubt that you are a devoted and loving and caring person. What matters is that you find somebody who's going to reciprocate that, who's going to mirror that back to you. And not somebody who's just going to take it. Again. But yeah, that's something you absolutely have to keep in mind, is the sense of you need to recognize that a relationship is balanced between two people, and one of those two people is yourself, and you deserve that love just as much as they do. And then that brings us to your Oracle card, which is Autumn, which is a card of bounty, but it's also a card of balance, right? Autumn is when crops become ready for harvesting. It's a lot of effort, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of energy to get all the cards ready to harvest. But ultimately it's worth it. You know, you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor that you spent so long cultivating, right? So I would say don't stress so much about trying to find like a love, because I mean, you're definitely more than capable of finding love. You're a really wonderful, really kind person, and you deserve a lot of really wonderful things. But I think you're too quick to settle. And that's kind of the issue, is you're too quick to settle. You need to wait for the fruit to ripen. You need to wait until it's time to harvest before you harvest. You're too quick to be like, I mean, yeah, that's good enough. The card's like, no, you need to wait until it's perfect. You need to wait until it's just right. And then you can harvest it and enjoy the fruits of your labor. You're picking too early and you're settling for less than you could absolutely get out of this. And you deserve more. You deserve more than that. But yeah, I hope that helps, Leonix. I hope that helps. Fingers crossed. Also, hi, Sammy. Welcome in. How are you? Yeah, you got this, Leonix. I believe in you. You'll definitely find somebody. I know for sure. Okay. Next up, next reading is Kitsune. Are you here, Nate? Alright, I'm gonna chug the rest of my coffee. It's probably cold now. Alright, that's all my coffee. I'll just chuck that to the side. There we go. Also, hi, Nate. I don't have my eye on anyone at the moment, but I'll keep an eye out and keep my standards up. Yeah, keep your standards up. Do not settle. Do not settle. You deserve so much, Leonix. I mean this. You absolutely deserve so much. Do not fucking settle. Alright. Next up, we've got Nate, who wants a reading for how this year will go for you. Okay, so like a general reading. I got you. Let's see what the year's got in store for you, Nate. Ooh, okay, okay. And now let's grab your oracle card, Nate. Yeah, we're all rooting for you, Leonix. We're all cheering you on. Wow, oh my gosh, Nate, this is such a good reading, genuinely. Also, Omega, Oka. Tier 3 for 6 months advance or sub for 20 months. Oh my gosh, Oka, thank you so much for the 20 months. At tier 3 is insane. Big kissy for Oka Oka. Welcome in, Oka. Alright, let's put these cards up on the screen for you, Nate. Let's see what we got for you. Yeah, this is like actually like a really fucking good reading. I'm like kind of like wilding out. This is such a fucking good reading. We've got and then we've got I show Loki's because I show from Belle for the first time. Oh my god, dude, that was such a good movie. Yeah, have fun, Oka Oka. Enjoy the movie. It was such a good movie. And then we've got there we go. Alrighty. We've got all of the cards for you, Nate. In order of left to right, we have the Empress, we have the reverse 8 of Swords, and we have the World. And then for your Oracle card, we have Fruit. So let's go ahead and start breaking this down for you, starting with the Empress. So the Empress is a card of overflowing creativity, and knowledge and creation. It's a card of sort of like everything feels like it's flowing just right. You feel like you're able to create to the best of your ability and to make things happen. It's a card of like the magic of the world around us and utilizing it to create something even more wonderful, right? We also followed up with the reverse 8 of Swords. And well, the 8 of Swords is normally a card of feeling stuck in place or feeling frozen. You have it reversed, which is actually a really good reading. It's actually really positive. It's a card of like a chance for new possibilities. You've kind of cut yourself free of your shackles, of your bindings, and solitude's kind of had like a healing effect on you. Taking care of yourself has really paid off, and you feel like you're mentally in a really good place right now. You feel like the world is kind of your oyster. You can go any direction you want. You're untethered. Now it's just a matter of picking which way you want to go and then going from there. But it feels like you've really cut yourself free of what was holding you back and what was holding you down. Absolutely, with the reverse 8 of Swords. And then we followed up with the World, right? And the World is a card of success at the end of a journey. It's pride at achieving what you set out to do. It's travel, it's change. This is the card that represents the end of the journey. This is the card that you're looking forward to, basically. When you start your journey and you start your path, this is the card that represents like this is your destination all along. This is what you were looking for. This is what you were excited for, right? Very much a sense of pride, of achievement, of success, of you've walked the path, you've gained the knowledge, you've gained the experience, and you've utilized it well, and it's rewarding you, right? All you feel is just happy. You feel excited. You feel like you've accomplished what you set out to accomplish. And then that brings us to, again, your Oracle card, which is Fruit, which is achievement. It is success. It is the fruit of your labor. You worked hard, you took your time, it took a while for it to grow, but it's finally blossomed, it's taken fruit, and now you can enjoy the sweet fruit of your reward, of everything you set out to do, you know? So like I said, insanely positive reading. All of it basically telling you like creativity, freedom, you've moved forward, you've reached your goals, you've grown so much, you've achieved so much success. And it's all coming together. You're like the Kronk meme, like, oh yeah, it's all coming together. It's all coming together now. I got all the pieces, you know, very much that. And funny enough, I plan on creating my next upcoming cosplay for Anime Expo. Oh my god, that sounds so fun. What are you gonna cosplay? What are you gonna cosplay? But yeah, I mean, very much, this is a super, super positive, incredibly light reading, kind of talking about like the joy and success of creation and like walking this path of creating really wonderful things and feeling like it's only rewarding. Also, oh my gosh, good night, Ren. My phone's dying. I'm still out and about. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, take care, Ren. Bye-bye. I plan on doing a gender bent version of Grave from Nikkei. Oh, let me look up what they look like. I know a little bit about Nikkei, but not that much, so I gotta look it up. Ooh, are you gonna wear the hot pants? You're gonna wear the hot pants, right? Right? You're gonna wear her booty shorts? That's not gonna change, even though it's a gender bent version, right? You're gonna wear the booty shorts, right? Right? Don't let me down. Please wear the booty shorts. I plan on doing the one with the pants. No, you gotta wear the booty shorts. The booty shorts. They're called hot pants, but you should wear the booty shorts. For accuracy's sake, you should wear the booty shorts. She looks very nice though. I do love a nice muscle mommy. She's very pretty. And her mask looks like it'll be fun to make. It was like a really fun cosplay. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with it for sure. Are you going like full mask or like that sort of like partial broken mask kind of vibe? I wonder. It is interesting. It's interesting to look at and see the different characters. It'll be fun to see what it looks like. And I'm sure it's gonna turn out great. But yeah, I mean, overall, it feels very much like the cards are reassuring you that you're on a good path for yourself and that everything's working out well. I really am happy hearing this stuff. I do feel relieved considering a lot of things, especially with saying how I have more freedom. And I do feel like I can accomplish a lot this year. I also intend on trying to do VTubing and streaming for the first time sometime this year. I plan on doing the full mask one. Yeah, the full mask one will be cool too. But yeah, I mean, the cards are kind of saying like the world is your oyster. It's feeling very much like creativity is overflowing, and that is the way to go to creating what you want to create and reaping in the rewards of your success from your creative endeavors, you know? It's all super positive, and I feel like that's just only even more of a green light for you to try even more creative feats this year and to really just go ham making things. I feel like that's one of the best things you can do is just go ham making shit. And the cards are kind of telling you like, do it, fucking do it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's super, super positive reading, and it's very exciting. I'm happy for you. I hope to see some progress shots of the cosplay. I love seeing cosplay stuff. I think it's such a cool skill to have. I've done like some simple cosplays. I've never done anything too elaborate though. But it's definitely a fun one. I think the last like true cosplay I've done like straight up is probably I think it was probably the Undertaker from Black Butler. I think it's probably like the legit last full-on cosplay I've done. I've done Kiki from Kiki's Livery Service. I've done Carlos from Welcome to Night Vale. I've done what's her name? The main character from Go Sick. I don't even remember her name anymore. I did dress as her, and then I did the Undertaker from Black Butler. I even made like little dog shaped bone cookies, little dog bone shaped cookies, because he like eats like the little dog biscuits in the anime. So I literally like baked cookies in the shape of dog bones, and I had them in a bag, and I was eating them. I was walking around the convention. I did Road Camelot from D. Grayman as well, and my friend had the Laro umbrella that she let me borrow for my cosplay, and I was so excited. I even bought like a huge giant lollipop from like the dollar store, and I was like eating the lollipop the whole convention too, and I didn't even finish the lollipop. I was like eating that thing like all fucking day, and it was still going crazy. Although, like I said, some of them might be later because I currently have a fractured bone piece floating around in my foot, so I'm more than likely gonna have to get surgery, and then once I recover, I'm gonna be on a cosplay construction streak. I believe in you. Stay strong. And I hope your surgery is a success and that it goes super, super swimmingly. I believe in you, Nate. You got this. You got this. All right. We are down to our raffle slot right now. So, for those of you who haven't gotten a reading yet for me today, and you would like one, I am thinking of a number between 1 through 10, and the first person to guess the number can get the reading. I've done quite a few cosplays. My very first one was Giyu Tomioka for Demon Slayer. Ooh, that's cool. I did 3 different cosplays in 1 year, and then I made and fully constructed my very first cosplay being a gender bent Red Hood last year, now Grave for this year. Oh, so lots of Nikkei cosplays. That's kind of cool though. I think you gotta split up your cosplays though. If you're doing a Nikkei cosplay, even if you're gender bending it, I still feel like in honor of the original media, I feel like you gotta slut it up a little bit. You gotta be you gotta be a man slut, even if you're gender bending it. You know, to stay faithful to the source material. Oh, I need to see. Nobody's guessed it yet. Nobody's guessed the number yet. I'm just saying. If you're gonna cosplay from Nikkei, the least you can do is show a little cheek, you know? The least you can do is show a little cheek. It's what they would want. It's what they deserve. Hold on, yeah, I'm gonna show a pic of my cosplay from last year while at Anime Expo. Oh yeah. You gonna post it in pics in the Discord? Let me shmee. I'm curious. It's what the devs would want. It is 100% what the devs would want. Also, Hime Sinda, you got it. It was 5. The number was 5. So what would you like for your reading, Hime Sinda? It's my first reading. Yeah. What would you like for your reading? Oh, that's cool. I like the pants in that, actually. You got a big ass gun too. Did you make the gun? Did you make the prop gun? Or did you buy it? Because the prop gun looks really good. You built the rifle completely from scratch? Dude, that's insane. It looks really fucking good. Like, actually. Yeah, that looks amazing. You definitely should have worn booty shorts, though. But you can always improve that for next time. I feel like you should have slutted it up a little bit. But the rifle looks fantastic. The rifle absolutely does look fantastic. You did an amazing job on it. You have a better picture on the rifle? Hell yeah. But yeah, Himasina, what would you like for your reading? Anything specific? Do you want like a general reading, a love reading, school, work? What kind of reading you looking for, Himasinda? Schoolwork? Okay, okay. I got you, I got you. There will always be more opportunity for short shorts. Yeah, yeah. You should wear short shorts, booty shorts. Ooh. Yeah, that's a big ass gun. You did really good on the details though. You even did like some like painting for the it looks like the wolf. Yeah. It looks really nice. Is it like foam? It's pretty solid. Yeah, it looks really good. I only imagine it must have been really difficult to make a gun out of foam. But it looks really nice. So does that mean you're making the weapon as well for Grave too? Surprised I was actually able to do this because I kid you not, this was the very first time I ever built something like this while watching any vids for anything. All I had was a reference looking at Red Hood's model, an official model of her rifle. Yeah, I mean, it looks great, especially if it's your first time making like a prop gun like that. It looks really good for your first time. Fantastic. Yeah, I can tell you put a lot of love and time into the effort and the details. Yeah, it would have been better with booty shorts. Yeah, Red Hood doesn't have booty. No, I was talking about Grave. No, Grave has booty shorts. I was talking about you need booty shorts with Grave. So I was saying you need to wear the booty shorts for that one. Yeah, I'll be making the weapon for Grave. Although it's not the one with the short shorts, but it's gonna be the one with the pants and the full mask. It doesn't fully show her weapon, but her weapon is a giant black box with chains around it. Very cool. Yeah, you gotta go with the booty shorts. You gotta make a booty shorts alternative version. You can wear the pants to the con, but you should make a booty shorts version for online. I think that's gonna carry it. We just need more guys wearing booty shorts. I feel like that's what we need. I need to see a little bit of cheek hanging out from the back when you turn to show off the rifle, just like in the game. You see your butt jiggle. That's the only way I can fully and authentically appreciate your cosplay. I wear pants day one to switch to the booty shorts day two. It would actually be kind of fucking baller. Alright, let's see what we got for Hime. Alrighty, we got all of the cards for Hime for your schoolwork reading. So let's go ahead and put these up on the screen, starting with... More likely just gonna have Grave day one and then change to my Red Hood cosplay the next. I could probably fit some booty shorts in there. I'm just saying. I feel like that would just elevate it. You know, it would just bring it to the next level. It's not just because I want to see more men in booty shorts. It's for authenticity and accuracy to the cosplay. More men just need to slut it up, I think. That would solve so many issues. last card is... Which issues? Yes. Yes. I think more men slutting it up would bring about world peace. Hello, this deck is beautiful. Oh, thank you, Sunshine System. If you like this deck, this is the Botanica Tarot deck. If you do !tarot, you can get a link to this deck if you want to buy a copy of it yourself. It is a really, really gorgeous deck. The artist did a fantastic job on it. It's super beautiful. I love this deck so much. But yes, these are the art for the actual cards that I'm using right now. You can't see my hands because I don't have a hand cam, but this is the deck I'm actually using. But yeah, the art is so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. And they're currently working on an oracle card set to match this tarot deck, which I'm super, super stoked about. Because, I mean, it's beautiful. It's super beautiful. And I'd love to have an oracle deck that matches it as well. That's currently in progress. Sounds like you got good legs for booty shorts. Yeah, baby. Let's fucking go. All right. We got all the cards for you, Hime. So in order of left to right, we have the Four of Wands. We have the Queen of Coins. And we have the Chariot, right? So we start with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of sort of finding that sense of balance and stability with yourself. It's sort of everything in its place, harmony, and sort of like a house in order, right? It's the sense of sometimes you just got to focus and make sure that, you know, everything's even, everything's set up, everything's in its where it should be in order to find that balance that you need, right? You can think of it in the sense of like a table or a chair has like 4 legs, and making sure that they're all evenly set and everything's screwed in and everything's all the right height can help lead to a stronger stability. It won't be wobbling around everywhere, you know, if you've got all 4 of those legs properly secured. But also the plant here is Frig's grass, which is known to be protective measure as well, because it's able to sort of ward off insects. So there's this sense of like when everything is in its place and everything is tidy and everything is done well, it will keep away the trouble and on its own, just by keeping everything properly clean and taken care of. It'll help keep away future trouble down the line. We follow it up as well with the Queen of Coins. And the Queen of Coins is very regal, very stately, but also very secure, right? You have the coins cards, which are very much cards of stability and security. Again, security, stability with the coins. So there's this sense of like finding balance, finding structure, finding ways to ground yourself. It's also a card of generosity, but also a card of nurturing, taking care to sort of nurture what you have so it grows up well and it does well, right? And then finally as well, bringing that up to the Chariot card, which is a card of victory. It is a card of taking everything you've learned, all of the knowledge you've built and everything you've accumulated, and then using that to triumph, to take your success and achieve greatness, right? Everything you do comes from previous knowledge of things you have done, whether things you've done correctly or things maybe you've fucked up in the past, you know? There's the sense of everything is serving its purpose, even prior mistakes, and learning from those mistakes, right? But it feels like the best thing for you to do is to nurture yourself through your environment. By taking care of what is directly around you and surrounding you, you can affect yourself too, right? So I think taking care to make sure everything is properly stored, everything's in its place, everything's doing what it needs to be doing, everything's working as intended, is the best way to ensure success. And this could be in school, this could be in work. And like, for instance, for school, this would be like making sure that you've taken note of like when all your papers and when all your tests are due and when like all the deadlines are coming up. Making sure that you've got a proper place in your room dedicated for studying and a proper place in your room for sleeping, taking care of making sure you're getting plenty of food. You know, having a house in order helps you to succeed later on, because all you need to focus on are the other stuff instead of just trying to keep away that. Like if you're trying to deep clean your room and your fridge because you forgot about all of that, it's going to take away from the time you can spend relaxing after you just finish like studying for a major exam or something, you know? It's the same thing. Having everything in order ultimately saves you time and energy to dedicate to the things that matter most to you, especially in terms of school or work, you know? I think setting that up for success and nurturing yourself through your environment is the best way to ensure that success. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Sometimes I feel like I'm like speaking like gibberish, trying to explain my brain. But I hope that helps, Hime. Gives you some insight into everything. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is to just take care of your environment, you know? The things directly around you. Yeah, no, this is very helpful. I'm glad. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm just kind of assuming it's for school, but if it's for school and stuff like that, setting up like a proper area that you dedicate just to studying, just to doing your homework and stuff like that, can drastically improve your actual efficiency with that kind of stuff. Reassure me that being consistent and changing the order and how I'm doing things, yeah. I mean, you can think about it in the same way of like feng shui. The art of like setting up everything in your room so the energy is properly directed in certain places. Having these little mental zones for yourself, so you know, okay, I'm in this zone, that means I need to be doing this, makes you way more effective at doing that thing, right? It's like the same idea of dressing up, right? If you need more confidence, taking the time to dress up to wear specific clothes can affect your state of mind when you're doing things, right? Like for instance, if you're going to cook something and you decide to put on an apron that you only wear when you're cooking, that puts you in the cooking mindset. You're like, okay, I'm wearing my apron. I gotta cook, right? I gotta focus on cooking. And it's been shown that even just changing your clothes and what you're wearing can have a drastic impact on your mind. Right? So if even just the clothes you wear can affect your mental state that much, your environment affects you just as much, if not more as well, you know? I think keeping that in mind can help you a lot in setting yourself up for success, you know? Also, hi, Between Boundary. Hi. Welcome in. But yeah, I mean, it's just baby steps to set things up to make it the easiest for you, right? Whatever works best for you. Is something that takes trial and effort, but you find out what works best in that sense, you know? But yeah, I hope that helps, Hime. Fingers crossed for you. I think you got this though. It feels like you've kind of already got an idea of what you can do to help yourself in that sense. Which is good, which is really good. And I believe that is the last reading. So let's see who the fuck is online. Who are we gonna read out to? There's ASMR. I follow so many ASMR people. I'm reminded this every time. ASMR. Just chatting. Yeah, we can do just chatting. Well, we'll raid this just chatting person, I think. That'll be fun. Let's yoink their username so I type it correctly. Alright. So we are going to raid Jet Set Gaming, who is... Oh, now they switched to Metaphor ReFantasio. That's fine. We'll read them. They're playing Metaphor ReFantasio. Yeah, so we're gonna prep for raid out. Tomorrow I will be streaming something. I'll be streaming something. Why did I not type properly? There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'll be streaming something. I'm not sure. I'll have a thumbnail and like the YouTube waiting room set up for that soon. But we'll see. Yeah, and then Saturday is movie night in the Discord. We will be watching The Phantom of the Opera, which is a fantastic, fantastic film. I love it so much. I love it so much. We will be watching The Phantom of the Opera on Saturday. So hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow for stream. But if not, no worries. I'll see you when I see you. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. And good night.